Nesbitt. Mr. Nesbitt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All citizens are subject to the law, but some citizens are less subject than others. George Orwell coined the original phrase as a warning. Don't go there, he said. We have gone there. This scheme is perverse. You expect a loved one to phone the police and say, do you have any evidence about who committed the murder? You do not expect the murderer to be able to phone the police and say, do you have any leads that would end up with me going to prison? It is a perversion of justice. I was amazed this morning, listening to Radio Ulster, to hear the Justice Minister say he is baffled by what is going on. He's in charge. And let me remind this House that at Hillsborough in 2010, this party argued against the devolution of policing and justice. We said it was a bad idea, the time was not right. And now we discover we are right. The NCA, the National Crime Agency, all citizens are protected by the NCA, but some citizens are less protected than others because of mistakes. And let us remember also, during those talks at Hillsborough, Sinn Féin sat knowing about the letters, not just during Haas, not just during the last 2 months of party leaders. On Monday, as recently as Monday, Martin McGuinness encouraged me to sign up to the Historical Investigation Unit, a second police force, full police powers, no operational accountability to anybody. I knew IRA weapons are beyond use evidentially, but I didn't know what he knew, that operatives had a get-out-of-jail-free card. Let me be clear. For the Ulster Unionist Party, not only is Haas over, the party leaders is over. And it's over because of Sinn Féin and because of bad faith. We are here for the benefit of 1.8 million... Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are here because of 1.8 million people, not 200. Sinn Féin are going to risk the whole thing for 200 people. We don't even know who they are. We have a fair idea what they've done, but only they know. It's selfish and it's greedy. Of course it's selfish. Sinn Féin, the clue's in the title, ourselves alone. And greedy because, having got the prisoners out, they then couldn't help themselves going for the on-the-runs. All citizens are subject to the law, but some less so than others in this country. Paragraph 126 of Justice Sweeney's ruling makes clear John Downey was wanted not just for Hyde Park, but in connection with a bomb in Enniskillen in 1972, in which 2 members of the security forces died. Is he making himself amenable to the police this weekend to clear his name? No. He's going partying.
The member give way.
I will give way.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I know many of you will know that this is very, very personal to me. When I was asked for a photograph of Lieutenant Daly, one of my best friends, I don't have any because he was blown to pieces. Last night, a tweet was put out by Mr. Weir saying we had a victory for victims. We also heard last night that Mr. Downey will not face prosecution. Tell that to the Blues and Royals families. Tell that to the Green Jacket families. Tell that to any of those that were hurt by the 187 on the runs, and many, many more. All we seem to be getting through this inquiry is something that's going to clear up misunderstandings. Let's get back to the rule of the law. Let's get back to a process which brings in justice.
Member to bring his remarks to a close. Intervention should be short.
Let's have decency. Let's have integrity. Thank you.
The member is not a minute on his time.
May I thank Mr. Kiddigan and just acknowledge how difficult it has been over the last number of days. And I know he's been in touch with the families of those who had loved ones murdered in Hyde Park at that time. I heard Sammy Heenan on Radio Ulster this morning as well, a man who lost his father. I think he was 15 when his father was shot. His father went out to work. The IRA were waiting for him, snuck up from behind, put him down on his knees and put two bullets into the back of his head. Sammy Heenan doesn't think this is a great victory for victims. So where do we go, Mr. Speaker? We need answers, and we need an end to the scheme, not just a question of no more letters or whether the mistakes are letters. There should be no letters on the face of the planet in this matter. No comfort. If you are on the run, tell us why and come back and sort it out through the courts. Have the courage to come back and stand over your actions. This inquiry, we fear, is unlikely to cut it. It's not what we were told to expect. But we will input and we will demand that it looks at how this scheme came about, not just at how it was operated. Mr. Speaker, if there is more, if there have been more dirty deals, tell us now. Tell us now, because we took risks for peace. Sinn Féin and others just took and continue to take, and the Ulster Unionist Party says this in conclusion, Mr. Speaker: enough is enough.
David Ford. Mr. Ford.